Welcome, welcome, welcome. Am I allowed to say that? I'm not sure what I'm really allowed to say or what I should say, what I shouldn't say, what I want to say, what I could say, what you want me to say, what you don't want to hear, what you want me to get on with it. Jupiter, Pluto, it's a game, my friends. There's got to be a number 9 around all the time. Rubik's Cube, the Star of Bethlehem, Rubik's Cube, number 19 is the creator, spirit of the creator. He'd be creating from number 3, the letter C. Doesn't everybody see? Listen to the letters we say. Listen to what we say. Does anybody know that raptors claw? We have the pigs. You're looking for Abraham, a pig? Abraham, an arm and a leg? Abraham. That's what it says, an arm and a leg. Calls himself a pig and says, don't eat the pork. And get out in the street and start porking everybody. Or poking. Or go down to the Poconos. Nice place, a good resort. So we have Mercury with no moon because it's Central Station and she runs all her information all through Jupiter, in which this is the angle from Jupiter to Mercury. And then this is the angle, see, you only see one linear, is Jupiter to Venus. This is the one angle on top. So what do we actually get? Give me a second if you don't mind. Jupiter is the playhouse. Saturn says Saturday. Saturn says it's turning. You have to decipher what it is. If we connect the 10-10 worlds, okay, if you ever look, if we're going to connect anything, wouldn't we want to be in the center? So whatever touches us is with us. 1, 2, 8, 9, 3, 6, 5, 4, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eliminate 1 and 2 because 1 and 2 is in 3, so we don't need 1 and 2 anymore because it's inside 3. It's the 3 dice of the 9 world. It's the 3 card that goes down like this, like a tie, but we reach over like this. That's why the world is actually standing up, because 1 is always on top. How can you put 1 up here? Anybody can climb to the top, but how do you want to get to the top when everybody's underneath the meridian? 47 is the number, my friends. 57, 5 by 7, 5 plus 7 equals 47. 47 is 28. It's the root of Einstein. This is the way the swastika is made one way. The other way is 125.89. This is the Mayan, 9 by 8, 72. It's the birth of heaven's creation. The ones who were born here. They have to be number 89, 50, and 39. You couldn't get any better. 50 is dead center, and 13 is 3 13s, make 39. 89 plus what? 89 plus the beginning. Plus 1, this is a time period, a day and a quarter. The 125th day of the year is May 5th, 2005. The Mayans had a little party in my head. That's his date. 125-25-58. TWO. For all the angels in this world under the Gematria tree is 58. 8 and 9 is 17. It repeats and repeats and repeats. We have 9 and 8. We put them over each other. You just have an 8. 6 and 8 are in the same household when you reflect them. And on the dice, the only thing that could come to a 9 is a 3 and a 6 and a 4 and a 5. And the 3 and the 6 is right here of the creation. And the 4 and the 5 is right here. So you have it all in here. What you can design in here, as in regular 1, 2, 3 numbers, how about help? Help would go 1 here, H, E, L, P. So it'd be all the way up to this corner and here. And it says creation, resident of the heaven, which is basically more or less the help. So this is what it talks to you. It tells you something. 47 times 88. I mean, even, I used to say 47 times 50. Now all of a sudden, 50, because 0 is 6, became 56. I got to go 47 by 56 and find the reason why. But there's always going to be the same amount of distance. If I remember correctly, 6 times 40 is 240, and 42 is 282. Time heaven. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 plus 8 is 10, 26. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 plus 6 is 8 is 20. 0 is 6, 26 again. Let's start all over again. I haven't studied a thing in my life. The only thing I study is what they give me. You show me a bunch of numbers, now I got to figure out what I can do with them. And I found the dog pound with the 9 legs of the cat. I found the star key. You want to hold up a star key? Do you want me to show you the next image? I wanted to show you something. When you create the Hebrew lamed, okay, like the goalpost, it ends up creating an H. And then it creates an R. If we close it here, it's the B. You see on the angle it's in? It looks like it's going down, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like it's going down? That way, no. That way, yes. It looks like it's going down, like a slingshot. It doesn't matter what we're ever going to do. Of course, everything matters a little bit. But there's so much stuff. Here's next year. The 4 hearts of Lamed. They say the 4-headed shin. If you really want to see the 4-headed shin, I really don't want to do this to the paper. First, I'll show you what it is. 4, 4, 4. And a chair. Isn't that what they say? Take your chairs. Everybody's waiting in line. It almost looks like Belle le Bête, children's show. So we got this. It looks really weird, eh? And I can add on to it. And what you add on is when you run the reflection of it. But I'm only going to run the reflection. You see what happens? 4. You see, look, the end, which is the direction pointing to somewhere. It's the screwball the other way. It's pointing a direction. All I do is a line here. You can draw a line here, but you can't draw a line here, but you can draw a line here. The grinder. Everything has a reason for everything. So you do whatever you have to do in the reason that you are, maybe my English is not so good. The other thing that there is here. All I did is create one X-Man, okay, whatever that line is, whatever letter it creates, from wherever it came, it doesn't matter. I've done it before, I just don't remember. When we crisscross them, why don't we bring them back up to the top together? This head will go back to this head. Let's see if we can do that. See this? This goes all the way up. It'll sit down over here. This one will sit, this one, if you sit it up, it goes right up here. But then when you move it down, you see the center that was empty? See those 2 angles there? It creates a bridge to cross from one side to the other side. So actually the guy's going up there, he's got 2 points. Well, since when the field goal 2 points? So here's the claw. See the claw? It already shows a W in it. But when you take these numbers and you go this way, this way, this way, this way, you've created the claw with these 3 numbers. So you create the claws and designs whatever you could, and you see what's left over, and the possibilities are right. I mean, if you have 8 left over, one side must finish the game, okay? If there's 9 planets, okay, take away the 2 pigs, because there's too many. So there's 7 planets. And 2 of the planets have the letter U. 2 of the planets have the letter U. And 2 and 2 make 4 on the dice. Then Mars is just an empty pilot planet of some kind of other organization. 1 and 3, because everybody wants, when you have 1 of everything, you have everything. You're unique and you have everything more than anybody else. Otherwise you'd have 2. But when you have 1, you have many. You fill in all the gaps. Oh, I need a pair of shoes. So where was I going with this? 1, 5, and 9 is the design on the Aleph, this angle. But on my calculator, it's the same thing. 9, 5. Let me see. This is the Aleph book. It's like this. No, on my calculator, it's 7, 5, and 3. And on the telephone, it's 1, 5, and 9. So I'd have to figure out exactly which one it is, because we all know one thing. One side's going to get Jupiter, not both sides, right? Who's going to get Jupiter? It's going to be on one side. They can't split it. Maybe they're going to split Saturn because of all the rings. Hello, anybody home? Oh, you've come a long distance over the realm. Anyways, I'm not sure what I was supposed to say in this video. So yeah, it's about those letters that I drew, and oh, there's about this. The only thing man can support in the dice is a 5 and a 6, 11. 11th letter creates a 2. That means he comes from the 2 worlds. He makes 2 and 2 into the number 5 as he gets the heart with 5. So he doubles up here, and he doubles up here. What a pig, eh? And he doubles up here. Oh, he's a big pig. And he doubles up here. So this corner is worth 2, 4, 6, 8. And then the one in the center is worth 1, is 9. Plus 5 is 14. Now he's on the cross. 14, now he's on the cross. He's got to get another 14. Plus 14 is 28. Now he's got another 28. He has to take it with his 28. He has 56. 56 is 28 and 28. TH and TH, the moon of a moon. 56 and 28 is 84. And that is exactly what time period we are in right now. I didn't make any of these up, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but I know I'm absolutely correct on what I had to say. We can also do the A family. Oh, we were doing this doubles dice. Okay. So you play with 2 dice. So if man plays with 2 dice and he gets 48 on each dice and he's 11, he throws a 5 on one side and he throws a 6 on the other side. Because don't forget, each dice is a 5 and a 6. You just can't have both at the same time. So 48 on this one and 48 on the other one is 96. 9 times 6 is 54, and that's Rubik's Cube. And 54 is 9 times 6 is 54 Rubik's Cube. And 9 and 6 is 15, the egg, which is the core of Rubik's Cube, which has the value of 6. So now that you're 96, okay, I'm trying to think of something. Now that you doubled up, you had 96. 96, yes, there's a thing. 28, 56, 84, okay? 28 and 28 and 28 is 84. Why? Oh, yes, if we doubled it up. If we doubled it up, but now I went into 28. The 28, 28, 28 is 84. Now, why did I talk about 96? 9 times 6 of Rubik's Cube. Where did I get the 9? Oh, yes, when I came with the first 9. Each area on this has a face. Every time there's a dot, there's going to be 4 on the exterior of each face. But because it's man, does man get to play the 6 dice all the time? Turning the 6 dice in here and here makes 6 and 6 is 12. 6 and 6 is 12. He touches here, it's 12. He touches here, it's 12. He goes from here to here, it's 15, 15, 15. It makes 27. 9 by 3 or 3 by 3 by 3 is 27. And that is your man. So we ended up with, I have to find out why I said 96. I said yes, because if we doubled 48, we get 96. But we had 28 we started with. 14 and 14 was 28. 56, 84. 84 is the number, if I remember, for Uranus. Let me check this out. Uranus. U-R-A-N 21, 1940. 54, 55, 65, 73, 83, 93. Now this one's 94. I'm hoping. Pluto, 16, 28, 38, 48, 49, 59, 69, 79, 84. Pluto. It's Pluto. Wow, and Walt Disney owns Pluto. Oh my God. 48. The Super Bowl, if I remember, is now 48. The space of occupancy in the presidency right now is also 48. What I mean is 4 times 8 is 32. 4 plus 8 is 12, is 44. 4 times 4 and 4 plus 4 equals 16 and 8, which is P and H, and the 24 creates the X. And because of the 24, the reflection is 86. The time period is now, my friends, whatever it is, I'm not quite sure. But the 41R is here. 4, what do you want to take from this? You want to take the 33, the commander and the creation? You want to hold it like this? This is the Lamed from Hebrews. All I did is run it backwards and tilt it at once. I didn't do anything else. And of course, tighten your belt. So we come with 41R. And guess what? RP is rest in peace. We come around to that now. That means the Mediterranean, the medication, the Baltic, anything that's on monopoly, if you understand it, and has to go with a notion, a feeling, an understanding, a belief in what you actually are visioning. You just can't, I mean, you can jump in there and feel it, but I've been working the numbers and working the numbers and working the numbers. It's like opening up Webster Dictionary and looking 100 times at the same thing. And then finally, either A, I completely believe myself, I'm disillusional, or B, I understand what I see, they work mathematically, The question is, what is my definition? Is my definition close to being correct or understood or better understood by me before anybody else can try and say, oh yeah, I understand. Don't try, you can try and understand me, but don't believe that what I say is the exact way it should be. Don't forget, we have to refine a fine marble, a fine diamond. First we throw everything into the middle, then we jump in and say, okay, we got 24 hours, I got an hour to do this shit. No. You have 24 hours, this is your school, you have to pass at least 3 hours a day doing this. They say anything over 3 hours a day is it a hypothetical thought? Anyways, I'm going to show you the A family, A, H, J, K, R. The R, 41R, I told you. 3 times 41R for the creation. 3 times 41R. I hope you can keep up. 3 times 41R. 3 times 41 equals 123. 80. I'm just going to do it straight without adding the zeros. 80, 50, 50, 30, 43. 341 equals to 123. Okay. 347, okay, equals to 141, which is, again, the 141 is the one in the center to the 4 surrounding it, but there's 2. 7 and 6 is 13. 7 times 6 is 42, and 13 is 55. Since 50 is in the center, 51 is on Saturn, area 51 is now Saturn, unless we're using the keyboard here. 52, 53, 54, 55. Where does 55 end up? If 50 is in the 5 position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 55 goes into 1 position. And Mark Rodin had this to say. This is a Mark Rodin energy coil. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, over to 5. 1, 2, 4, 8, over to 9, into 5. 5 and 5 is 10, in the 0 spot, creating 1. You understand how we get 1 right now? That's how you get 1. You got 2 dice. One's going that way, one's going that way. Well, how can you both go the same way? I mean, it's like a plane trying to take off into the air and going, oh my God, he's going to get up that way. The wind's going with him. The wind's going faster than him. How do you get up? How do you get off the ground? So there's always that rotation. So you want me to show that again? This is Mark Rodin, okay, very intelligent. He told me these numbers. Well, he didn't tell me, but he put it online. 1 to 2 is the same thing as 2 to 3. 1 to 2 to 4 is the same thing as 2 to 3 to Saturn, to Mars. Saturn and Mars. You see the way this looks like a long road? Saturn and Mars. You see the omega sign it creates? The alpha sign when you connect them together. Do you see the 2 mountains? And do you see the way the mug and doveit is hidden in here? Because the mug and doveit was like the swastika, it seems like. It was twisted and moved over. They rolled up the streets like curling up a game and putting it back in the closet, back in the box. Thanks for playing. So we're going to finish off the numbers. It looks like a 7 and a 7, eh? And then it looks like a 7 and a 7. So there's a lot of things that are created. And another thing, you see these 2 pieces here, and then this 1 piece here? Well, there's a diagram in the Mayan, on the Mayan page of Google, and it shows 2 mountains and then 1 mountain. What goes in, if one thing goes up, something comes up to hold it up. It's either in or it's out. So if you want to call it a girl or a boy, well, when she's still in you, it's just a baby. What are you going to have? I'm going to have a baby. It's still in me. But I don't know. It's ultrasound. How can I go inside me and look? Don't get fooled by the ultrasound. What are you going to have? It's a baby inside of you. You can't say boy or girl before it's made because you changed the whole life of the baby. Oh, it's a boy. What am I? You want to be able to say what if it's a boy, what if it's a girl. You get a good balance out of it. What if it's a boy? What if it's a girl? Oh, honey, what are we going to do? All the excitement. Now, you know, it's a boy. So it's a one-day thing. You can go 9 months saying it's a boy, it's a girl, and maybe it's a boy, it's a girl. I didn't see anyone say it's a dog. It's a dog. Oh, you're having puppies. Oh, all right. Here's the tiger claw, like a cash register. It cuts in half and it takes part of number 5, number 7, and number 3. What's missing is 8, 6, and 9. Are those the 3 that don't come with us, 8, 6, and 9? Or are those the 3 we take because it represents Saturn Day? Like, that's really screwed up. I'm Jewish, and like, I love Saturday, and I heard a lot of rumors about Saturn. Like, I'm saying, whoa, my best day comes when I have to remind myself of Saturn. But it's a good thing I'm not eating pork because of Abraham. And Jupiter is a pig because he's the biggest around. So how am I supposed to think? Did you also know that when you do the alligator claw on the corners of anything, even a rectangle, it makes a number 3? The inline makes the outline? Don't forget about that number 47 now, because there's 2 numbers above the halfway point in the gematria tree starting at 19, both somehow into the A family. One of them is just going around the clock and coming back to alpha omega, the A back in the back. Number 28 and 19, and this is TH, and this is the 19th. This is, and in French they say 19 3 times, you know. So 28 and 19 is 47. The number that's next to the 28 is 29, and that's 57, and that's ISON. The next number next to 19 is 20, and that's number 39, and that's everything about 13. So let me go back to this last knowledge. 1, 2, 6, and 8 is 14 in the center on the cross, and 7 is 19, and 5 is 24 hours. 3 and 2 is 5. 2 and 3 is 5, and 6 is your 11. Maybe that's how you came in. There's your 7 in for your 11. Now you got to come to the center. That's 3. That would make 14. But we're not going into the center that way because we have to come out of the Pluto over here, the babies. So we start over here. 3, 2, 5, and 6 is 11. Down over to 8 is 19. You see 11, 8, 19 is all in your roulette, right in order. And then you come over here to the 9. Because you have to have a heaven, you got to come out of it. Don't you see when the legs spread over here, the baby comes out, ends up over here in life. Behind, in the lips, out of the lips. Anyways, we put it back on the mother's, baby comes out from the legs and puts it back on the mother's stomach. 3, 5, 11, 19, and 9, the Pluto birth, is your 28 that I just told you about. Add 5 more to the center is 33. 3 and 3 is 6 of creation. But I didn't do that the way I wanted to do it. But I'm going to do it one more time, just for myself. 5, 11, 19, 28, 33. And the other way is 1, 2, 3, 7, 15, 22, 27. Equals 60 for the 60 seconds on the clock. And 7, 2 is 9. 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27. 3 and 3 is 6. We get the, right out of that design, we'll get this 66. But the other way to do the design is what happens is Mark starts off with 1, 2, then he doubles up to 4, okay? He doubles to 4, and then he doubles to 8. Then he goes 8 plus 8. You know why? He doubles here at 8 because the man and the woman get together, they have a little bit of fun. 8 plus 8 is 16, and then over here to this side. And goes back up here. The same time it's here, the baby comes out, and boom, they live their life together in the circle. So this might be the 60-second clock, or not only the 60-second clock, 66, which equals 36, which equals 48. It equals 66. 6 times 6 is 36. 9. 6 plus 6 is 12. 3. 9 and 3. Pluto and creation, Earth. Somehow, C is just like 5, because it's in the middle of something. What is the greatest place to be in the middle of if you're in the middle of anything at all? Can you tell me right now? Think about it. If you had to be in the middle of something, and you weren't sure where you were, and you wanted to be in the middle of some place, you said, I guess this place right here, I'm going to stand is the middle of everything of where I am, which is absolutely the right answer. But if you really want to do this like out of school, you grab a pen like this or a ruler, and you go, I want to be here, because I'm 1 on the inside of 2. If they move on this direction of any angle, I still got them. You see what I'm saying? You see the way the wall is? It goes from this to this. The wall gets stuck in these fingers. So you can go both ways, but it doesn't go all the way. We're missing a piece. Oh yeah. I wouldn't spend a couple of 100 hours on here telling you things I didn't know. Well, I didn't know to begin with. It's only when I started to speak I began to think. And then again, I have to watch what I say. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Can you do me a favor? Anybody that comes to the end, can you like my video or just say cool or something? You know, because we have to get together on this. Everybody knows that the number is 5775. Everybody knows the trumpet blows on October 4th of 2014. Everybody knows TEN represents 39. It represents 20, which is 26, plus 5 is 31, and N14 is 45 exactly when you add on the 6 more, and I never knew that. TEN equals to 39. T equals 26 plus 5 from the E plus 14. So you have 31, 41, you have 45. And that represents Fox, it represents the sun, it represents Rubik's Cube. Hold on a second. It represents Rubik's. And ABC equals 6, letter F. DEF, Deaf Federation, equals 15, letter O. 15 plus the 6 is 21. You finally created your 21 on the cube. God gave you 2 cubes, you had to be 42. That's when this all began. So now that you got 2 cubes, trying to think. You got 45. Yes. So the 15 is the egg, is the 1 and 5. It's the, this is where you want to be. This is the center. All you have is a short little stick. This is all you got. So to begin with, where would you rather be? Well, you'd rather be on here, this end, and on this end. So you can turn it around and create the whole circumference. But if you're the one who created everything, you just stand up and hold it. Right in the center, and you just keep on turning. Even if you had a little stick, it's the small hand of the clock, and it turns all the way around, and you get your 360 degrees. If the earth is moving, God can sit still and watch, because it's just moving in front of him. But if it was moving away, he'd have to follow it. The Earth's going nowhere. So we have 45 Fox. 7, 8, and 9 plus 9, 8, and 7 equals 1776. But 7 and 9 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. And again it repeats 7, 7, 7. Fox, the letter X, everything about the payout of 76. Fox. The X letter is the 24th letter, 7 plus 8 plus 9. I told you it was about the Mayans, where X belongs. He is the master of the Roman numerals, where X belongs. Check where your letters go, and which association is with who to know your galactic station. 7, 8, 9 equals 24, the letter X. It recreates 34, which says 1. Then it reflects 1776, in which was created out of 8, 6. God needed the 8 and the 6, because without man and without the world, where would he be? So we know he needs 8 and 6. Somehow it seems like the playhouse, well, we just come here to play. And the machine, it belongs to everybody. It's just a game. If we wanted to play alone, we wouldn't have left the house. Isn't that right? Jump into the game with others, or always play the same game at home. You buy 3 games, you have 365 days, and you have 3 hours to waste every day. So I take out the alphabet. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Everything comes back together, and there is knowledge, and in knowledge, for those who understand, there is great truth, and boundaries unstoppable, because it's all in the mind, but it's got to be shared. You don't share it, your hair falls out. Or maybe your hair stops growing because you're burning up your information now. I'm hot on the wire and I'm burning it up. It's like that, you know, the lights that come out of the hair. The better you think, the faster you think, the less your hair grows, because it's so busy transferring the information, it doesn't have any place. But then it starts to grow down here for a different reason, or the same reason of a different explanation. 48, that we said, is number 44. But guess what? 123 times 47 is right now. That's right. It's right now. Time is off. Time is off by over 225 years plus 7. 232 years. That's so funny. 15 times 15 is 225. 225 plus 6 plus 12 is 237. Is that what I said? I thought I said 232, so I must have made a mistake. I may have been right or wrong. I'm not sure. I'd have to check it later. 15 times 15 is 225. And 6 and 6 B12, 237, creation of the seventh gate of Uranus. Isn't that funny? It's like they're saying, I'm cutting up your ass to make a seventh gate on the other side. I guess the woman was created. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We're looking. We're studying. We want to see the truth. There's a truth in it, and there's a creator out there, and we're in a matrix system. We're actually bodies, and we feel everything, and we're alive, but we're not even here, actually. We're in a major system spinning around at millions of miles an hour, but because your system down here is not in that system up there, other than through matrix and the spirit, then we have a hard time visualizing what seems so impossible. But the impossible is very possible when the mind can vision and explain the way. Raphael 7286. In the last of 384 days leading into the year 5775, the end of 2014, on the 4th of October, the 277th day of the year, 49 and 49 is 98, and that's the number of the Mayan, like I said, 1289. There's another number in there, I'm not sure, but that's okay. Thank you for watching.